Hey guys, we are joined by a very special guest today who is Rob DeMillo, also happens to be our CTO here at Revision3.
I do actually happen to be your CTO.
And I see you have something on your face. How long have you had those?
Since birth. Oh, the glasses, about a year, actually. So I've been part of the Glass Explorer program for about a year, but this is my first pair that belongs to me, and I've had it for about a week.
So what are your initial, I mean, I know you've been using it for a while, but what are your reactions? This is the first time you've been able to take them off the Google campus, right?
Yes, correct. And my initial reaction is everybody else's reaction. I get stopped about 40 times a day with these things on. But they are, they're not without their warts, but honestly, it's tremendous, and I really think it's actually going to change something.
All right, so Rob is kind enough to allow me to try them on for the first time. I've never tried them on before. Why don't you take us through some of the basic gestures of how this works?
So you can bring it to life either by tapping it or moving your head back 30 degrees, and it'll pop up. Once it's there, the touchpad acts like a regular touchpad on a computer, going backwards. Walks you through your timeline, going forward, walks you through your settings menu. Down usually dismisses a menu. Up will move backwards up a stack. Think of it as the back button on an Android phone. If you want Google Now to appear, go to the OK Glass screen and then just tap and hold. How far is it to the moon? No, it's not going to read it. It usually reads it. But I
can kind of see a little bit.
Yeah. So that's it.
Any particular feature that you recommend that I try?
Google Now. So
Google Now.
once you've activated the screen in any of the ways I told you, if you hold the sidebar down with your finger until you see the Google Now microphone icon, you can ask it anything that you want, and it's linked to the new Google Now voice search, which is pretty impressive.
Whoa. Kind of feel like I'm gonna puke. No, I'm just kidding. No, wow. Okay, let's. Can I take it for a spin around the office?
Go for it.
All right. I promise I will return them to you eventually.
Yeah. Well, you sit right here. I know where you are.
Okay. Let's go for a little walk. Let's see what Frank's up to. Just make sure everything's on track for today. Hey, Chastity. Hey. So, if you want to record a video that's longer than 10 seconds, you have to remember to press this hard button again. Right before it gets 10 seconds, otherwise it'll stop recording, and it's super annoying. A little Rev3 Games action over here. Notice anything different about me?
Are you from the future? How's that working?
I'm from the year 2014.
Do I get hair back? Do they find out something for that?
Google's working on that.
Well, could they just put an app in there where you can see me with a full head of hair?
Let me just activate it.
20 years younger.
Oh,
and there's
nice.
In my eyes.
Looking good, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Oh.
Technology.
Hey, Frank. What are you working on?
The upcoming episode of your wonderful show.
Oh, God. Ew. Oh, God. Minimize that. Ugh. So if you saw me walking down the street wearing these, what would you say anything to me? Would you think that I look cool?
As long as you're in San Francisco, it's okay. But otherwise, it looks like you're going to a Star Trek convention with really, really half-assed Over the Forge costume.
Fair enough. Carry on. And also, when you're a person with longer hair like I am, it tends to get in the frame like this. And it also tends to interfere with this touch interface that we have on the right-hand side. Hey, Jackie.
Hey, Annie.
So if you saw me on the street wearing these, would you suspect that I was recording you, and would you be creeped out? Or would you think
like you are just wearing a camera on your head at all times? So I would assume so, but I don't know if I'd be creeped out.
Well, I am recording you.
Well, there you go. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Can you see me, Annie?
I'm looking at you in a box.
Oh, how do I
look? Cool. You look great. You always look great. All right, so a couple points about my first ever experience using Google Glass. Firstly, the battery life is not great. I noticed that the battery life diminished by almost a third in the time that we had been using this, which was just the course of a few minutes. So battery life is, I'm sure, something that they'll need to work on. And really the only other barrier is just learning the gestures. Rob had been using these for a while, so he's really good at it. It took me a little bit more practice to, remember how to record video and remember how to extend the video and how to, which way to swipe where. And it does take there's a little bit of a learning curve, but I think once you just get accustomed to that stuff, it could be really cool and really fun to use. There's a box in kind of sort of the right field of your vision. I'm sure they placed it there because they felt it would be the least distracting place to have a text or an image in your face. I could see, for example, driving. I don't think it would be that distracting because it's kind of positioned in such a way that you can kind of reference it without taking your eye off the sort of this focal point right here. But it does take a little bit of getting used to, and you feel like, what is this doing to your eyes? Because it's like, there's like a box right there. As for the reactions by the public, it's a little biased here because this is a very tech-focused office environment. No one's really shocked to see you wearing Google Glass, but it seems like, that's another issue with this technology, is that people will constantly be stopping on the street. But that's pretty much my reactions. My head isn't even hurting right now. I don't even have a headache. I'm kind of surprised by that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do I look awesome? And let me know your reaction in the comments. And until then, I am going to... There we go. Okay, class. Where can I get lunch? Get directions to. Lunch. That wasn't specific enough for them. Maybe I'll just look it up on my desktop. Okay, class, send a message to Annie. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. I'm trying to avoid sending a message to a random person from Rob's. Cancel. Okay, swipe down to cancel. I just sent an email to a random person. I'm sorry, Rob.
It says it's cancel.